Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last episode of Turkey Time to Strike. Let me just say this right now. This episode brought me to tears. I should have started with the video with my shades, but after watching this, I was so teary. Like, oh my God, why did I cry watching this? Why did I cry watching Turkey? Yo. Let me just say this before I begin episode 12. I want to say this. Turkey is one of the most underrated animes we have gotten. It is completely underrated. I feel like, in my eyes, Turkey is going to be under the radar as one of the most underrated. It's going to be on the radar as one of the most underrated animes this season. Not only that, I feel like Turkey is not going to get a lot of praise this summer of anime because Turkey, it's kind of like it's not. But it's not a sports anime to talk about. You know what I mean? If we're looking at all the sports animes that's out, they doing with real sports things. But when it comes to Turkey, I get it. It's bowling. It's not as a hype sport compared to all the other sports animes and all the sports that we're following. But bowling feels like it's left off. And when we look at Turkey, this is what people look at this is like, oh, this is a time travel. They ain't gonna have nothing to do with bowling. Yeah, it had a few elements into the bowling world of past and present time of Turkey, but it was a good show to understand the quality and the fundamentals and the symbolism of what bowling is all about. Last week was a huge twist. Now, it was a huge freaking twist to have Mai and Rina being more pressure of having the five sisters. Think about this: the five sisters, four of her friends, and two little kids. That makes 10, and they all line up in pins. Each of them has its own death penalty thing, and I was like, oh my God! And this episode got me in tears, and it got me to a point like this was the biggest twist I've ever seen. You see, that's how you do a twist. Something like that. That is the biggest twist, and I swear to God, this is the biggest twist I've ever seen this year. I mean, like, I don't think there's no other twist that is gonna top this one, because again, I didn't even think about it. And after watching this episode, I got teary-eyed, cried, both full of emotions in this to a point. I'm like, yo, I can't wait tomorrow. I gotta talk about this. So without further ado, let's get right to it. The review of Turkey. Episode 12. Okay, so last week was one of those like cliffhanger moments where it's like the pressure's on Mai, because if you go back to episode 1, and I swear to God, we gotta go back to episode 1 here. My weakness as captain is under pressure. As captain, Mai is under pressure when it comes to 7-10 splits and whatnot, and situations where it's like your life is on the line. So that bald-headed ass monk decides to let the general put all the people as pins, symbolizing them. And what makes it worse was that Rina was injured. She had a wrapped up bandage around her because she got stabbed in her. So now the pressure's on her. I remember Rina got hit in the face, and now she got stabbed. I'm like, yo, this is too much for Rina. Now Rina was under pressure. Now is Rina under pressure for this one. She had to knock down all the pins. And that little injury, that little freaking injury hurt Rina so much that she got a 7-10 split, and to make it worse, before it even worse, each pin was lined up to how each person is coexist. Like, if the number 1 pin is right here, that's connected to Sumomo. If the number 2 pin is right here, that connects to this one. So it's like each pin was coordinated as that person. Each pin was a person's life. So when Rina got hurt, I'm like, that's not fair. And she put off an amazing performance with her injured arm to a point where she knocked down, not all down, but she got into a 7-10 split. And the 7 split was Suguri, the 7 split was Sayuri, and the other 10 split was Suguri. So I'm like, no, you're gonna kill them off? No, that's fucked up. Please do not kill any of them. And I felt so freaking like, oh no. I was scared because I didn't want none of them to die. I literally don't want none of them to ever freaking die. And then Mai stepped up. She's like, wait a minute. Let me take this shot. Let me take this life. Let me take this shot. And you know what? props for Mai to come out and told the monk, he's like, I don't care about your gods. I don't care about your damn gods. The fact that Mai said, I don't care about your damn gods, because they were talking about gods this, gods that. Mai boldly gone where no bold woman has ever gone before, saying, where bold person has ever gone before. I don't care about your damn gods. I'm like, damn, that was good. That wasn't good. Like, that was the best line Mai has ever had. I'm sorry. So now the commander's like, okay, you take their life. Okay, here's the plan. This is a 7-10 split. If you knock down those 2 pins, you're free. But if you don't, you die with them. Or you die like you take their life. So it's like the captain is under pressure. And the thing is, Mai is under pressure when in situations like this, where it's like your lives is on the line. And what makes it even more pressure on Mai, of all things, it's raining. And I get it, they want to keep it suspense and all that stuff. But it was that suspense right there to make me like, oh my God, are we really going to do this? You putting more pressure on Mai. Not only their lives, but it's raining. It's freaking raining. I'm sorry I had to spit, but man, it was raining. Now, and then here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. I love how Sumomo gave confidence, and I'm gonna bring up Sumomo because Sumomo had the biggest twist I've ever seen in my life. So Sumomo was telling her, like, you got this, do this for your friends and family type vibe. Okay. To a point where, like, your family is watching you from above. You got this, you know? And in that moment when she bowled, her bowl, like, it's all going home together. The moment she bowled, she did it so good. That pin was knocked down. My heart was pounding. And then when the other pin knocked down, I was happy. I was crying my eyes out. Guys, I was legit crying my eyes out because they taking a real sport, make it so situationable to a point where it's just like, oh my God. And when Mai won, it was so beautiful. Like they did it. They did it. They saved their lives. And now they can all go home, especially that stupid ass monk. Now, after everything was set in stone, you know, we didn't get no lightning, because usually be a lightning and then ball coming. But then it's like, they fulfilled their prophecy. Now Mai and her friends are going home. As they were going home, Mai dropped the bowling ball, and it looks like you don't need it. But Sumomo picked it up. So now it's like everyone's back to the present. Everyone got their lives. Rina is making amends with her stepmom and stepbrother, you know, making a few amends, you know, step development. I feel like after traveling to the past, each of them has shown a development, learning from the past and using it for the present. Like Rina, she's now stepping up, you know, becoming understandable about the step-sibling situation, stepmother vibe, you know. Nozomi has making friends. She's now stepping up as well. Nanasi, you know, she's happy to see her dad, you know, happy to see her dad. And Sayuri, you know, she decided to take over her family's business. And even though we're going to be apart, we still be friends. Mai's case, oh my God, I can't even. Hold on. Let me get this out the way. No. You know what? Let me save up. Let me save this energy. Ooh, let me save this energy. Let me save this energy. Okay, so Mai. So everything's back normal. Mai and Haru, you know, the adopted mother took her, and the adopted parent that took Mai in. Because if you go back to like previous episodes, I think it was 10 or 8 to 10, where we talk about Mai's backstory, you know. And then we got to this point where I love where this is. Oh, by the way, not only she kept a photo of all the sisters, but they won the championship. They went to the nationals and won. And props for Rina for calling Mai. She don't say captain anymore. She's showing development. She's saying Mai. Now let me talk about Mai here. Again, going back to what I said earlier, this is the biggest twist I've ever fucking seen. Let me just say this. What a effing twist. And I didn't realize it till like I had to go back a bit, because I'm like, wait a minute, is this scene familiar? Because if you go back to the first episode of Turkey, there was a scene where Mai was reading a letter and she started crying at a train station. So I'm like, oh, that's how it started. But then you get to this episode, the very last episode of Turkey. It showed that she got the letter. Now the letter says it's from Haru, but it was actually Sumomo. So basically, guys, what I'm trying to say is that same woman that took care of Mai all these years was actually Sumomo, because you couldn't tell by the hair color. But it's like they showed it because it showed us what happened. And all the answers was there. Think about it. So here's how it went out. So she got a Haru got the no I'm sorry. Mai got the letter when she was sitting down. Mai got a letter from Haru. It was in her backpack. She opened it and it was from Sumomo. Which is Haru equals Sumomo. Just want to make you sure. Haru is Sumomo. Okay. So when all five of them went up, Mai's bowling ball light up as Sumomo was holding it. As she was holding it, she led up to Earth. She was ended up in a hospital. She woke up and she had that peaceful life. But, having the children, it was hard for her. That's when she stumbled upon Mai when she was a little kid. And when she saw that pink bowling ball, she got her a little bit of memory back. She now remember who she was. Like, oh, Mai, isn't it? Like, she knows who she is. And that same bowling ball that fell, that was the same bowling ball that brought the lightning strike in the first episode. And not only that, it's the same bowling ball that they found that they used it and they found it in the museum. You see what I'm saying? That was the biggest twist ever. That all this time, Haru, Mai's adopted mother, was actually freaking Sumomo. That was the biggest twist I have ever seen. And yo, I know there's a lot of twists in anime, but this right here takes the cake. The fact that I didn't know that Mai's mother was actually Sumomo. That was the biggest twist I've ever seen. I'm like, because all this time I've been saying like, oh, they descendants, or they sisters, all that stuff. But can they go home together? Now it's like, wow. And you know what? I wish Sumomo brought the other sisters with them. Because if someone would have brought the other sisters in, it would have been a great ending. But a twist like that, it was something. And then all five of them, four of them are going their separate ways. Mai, Sayuri, Nanase, Nozomi, they're all going their separate ways. And it's okay because, they're friends. They stick together no matter what. And Rina, she's staying because now, she's going to be captain of the bowling club. So now, everyone going their separate ways. Rina is going to be captain. But still, that's what a freaking twist. It was so many emotions in this. It was like looking at it. Watching the last episode was so theatrical. It was so like theater-like vibe. You had to be like, oh my God, you felt that. Sorry, my head is hurting because it was so many shit in this. I can't even imagine. But overall, though, this was an amazing episode. I mean, Turkey got me rolling to a point where there were some moments I never expected. And there are moments like, oh my God, everything is happening for a reason. Because again, if you go back to this episode and you see Mai sitting down, it's like, wait a minute, didn't this relate to episode 1? And I had to go back to episode 1 and I saw the exact same thing. I'm like, oh my God, that makes absolutely freaking sense. Now, here's the thing. Turkey, Time to Strike. It's going to be so underrated. It's not even mentioned in the top 10 animes of the summer. Turkey may not be the sport anime y'all don't want to watch because it's bowling. And I get it. With Uma Binsune, Blue Lock, Haikyuu, Yamushi Pedal, Prince of Tennis, Hiro no Sora, Kuroko no Basket, those top tier sports animes. Turkey is a bowling anime that not everybody's gonna get to because it didn't have like a action-packed bowling a classic sports anime, where one rival going against the other team. That time you felt the drive for it. This is more like using bowling as knowledge for these five and use it to solve problems, And like I said, and when it comes to bowling, there's always a second throw. So it's basically in symbolism, it's like you always get a second. I understand in life you get one chance in life, but there's always a second chance. There's always a second chance. You just gotta put your heart into it, and that's what Turkey is. Me personally, I give Turkey a 7 out of 10 because yeah, it may not be the highest sport thing, but people have it in as a 6.5 on my list. I give it a 7 because it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. Me personally, it is. But again, thank you for my review of Turkey, Time to Strike. And I'm telling you guys, is this show recommended to watch? I will say yeah. Because one, it may, like I said, it may not be a sports anime. It's sport, but it may not be as high sports anime. But if you watch this for the time traveling and bowling purposes, if you're a fan of bowling, or if you want to get into bowling, or if you want to see where this is gonna, how situations like this would be like, not to mention there's blood in this, not high blood, but it is, you understand. So thank you for watching my review, my last review of Turkey. I cannot wait for the next. I can't wait for other anime to talk about in the fall. There's a few I can't wait to see, especially Uma Musume Cinderella Grey and so on. So thank you for my last review of Turkey, and I'll see you soon.